Good night, everyone. And today I would like to represent my applied linguistic project to you. My name is EvanderZufarSetiawan. Just wait for a moment. Let's get started. Solve all case study. Problem 1. Mr. Thompson is a linguist studying Mr. Wong is a linguist studying the use of language in news reporting. He is particularly interested in how language can convey bias, shape public opinion, and influence the perception of news events. Mr. Thompson analyzes articles from various news outlets covering the same event to identify linguistic patterns that may indicate bias. He also considers the impact of these linguistic choices on the audience understanding and interpretation of the news. Question. What linguistic feature should Mr. focus on to identify bias in news reporting? Discuss at least 3 features and explain how they can contribute to bias reporting. Problem 2. Imagine you are a language planner working for a government of a country with diverse linguistic landscape. The country has several indigenous languages spoken by different ethnic groups, as well as a dominant national language used for official purposes. Your task is to develop a language policy that promotes linguistic diversity while ensuring effective communication and national unity. Question. How can the government promote the use and the preservation of indigenous language through education? Let's start with problem 1. Mr. Censorship focus on problems which identify bias in news reporting. 1. Word choice and connotation. Positive plus negative connotation. The choice of word positive or negative connotation can significantly influence the reader perception of an event or person. For example, describing protest as peaceful demonstration versus a riot can lead to different interpretation of the same event. Loaded language. Words that emotionally charged or suggest a value judgment can induce bias. Terms like freedom fighter versus terrorist for the same group of people highlight the subjectivity and potential bias in reporting. 2. Framing and agenda setting. Framing. The way an issue is presented or framed can shape the audience perception and understanding. For instance, framing an economic policy as tax relief versus tax cut for the wealthy can lead to different public reaction. Agenda setting. This selection of certain topics over other can also indicate bias. Considering reporting on negative aspect of political figure while ignoring positive treatment can skew public perception. 3. Use of quotation and sources. Selective quoting. Quoting certain individuals or selecting including parts of quote can reduce bias, including only quote that support a particular viewpoint while omitting opposing perspective can create a one-sided narrative. Source bias. The choice of source can reflect bias. Relying predominantly on source from specific political or ideological background can skew the presentation of facts or an opinion. This linguistic feature contributed bias reporting by shaping the reader interpretation and understanding of event by consciously or unconsciously choosing specific word, frames, and sources. Reporters can influence public opinion and report particular viewpoint, potentially leading to a skew or complete understanding of news. This is my sources. And now let's continue to the next question. Problem 2. To promote the use and promotion of indigenous language through education, the government can implement several strategies. Number one, incorporate indigenous language into the curriculum. Multilingual education. Develop a curriculum that includes indigenous languages alongside national language. Start with primary education and progressively integrate this language into a higher level of education. Bilingual program. Establish bilingual education program where subjects are taught in both the indigenous language and the national language. This ensures that students become proficient in both. Teacher training and resources. Teacher training program. Train teachers in the indigenous language and provide them with necessary skill and resource to teach this language effectively. Create specialized certification program for teachers of indigenous languages. Development of teaching material. Invest in the creation of high-quality teaching material in indigenous languages, including textbooks, digital resources, and literature. Ensure this material are culturally relevant and engaging for students. Community involvement and support. Community engagement involving youth community in the development and implementation of educational program. Their input can ensure that the program are culturally appropriate and effective. Cultural program. Organize cultural program even in school that celebrate English language and culture. This can include storytelling session, traditional music, and dance and cultural exchange program. Language immersion program. Immersion school. Establish a school or study program where the primary language of instruction is in indigenous language. This immersion program can help students achieve high level of proficiency. Exchange program. Create exchange program that allows students to spend time in regions where indigenous language are predominantly spoken. This real-world exposure can enhance language learning. Policy and legislative support. Legal framework. Enact law and policies that recognize and protect indigenous language. This can include official status for these languages and requirement for their use in public education. Funding and scholarship. Provide funding for school and programs that support indigenous language education. Offer scholarship to students who pursue studies in indigenous language or related field. Technological integration. Digital platform. Develop and promote digital platforms and apps that facilitate the learning of indigenous language. This can include online courses, interactive game, and language learning community. Media and broadcasting. Support media initiatives that broadcast in indigenous languages, including radio, television, and online content. This helps normalize the use of this language in everyday life. By implementing this strategy, the government can create a robust educational framework that promotes the use and preservation of indigenous languages, ensuring that they remain a vital part of the country's linguistic and cultural heritage. This is my sources. You can pause it. And my other sources is this. Thank you all for watching and listening to my presentation. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.